Welcome back, everyone. This is Shadow Drake. So let's get back to it. So I didn't quite fit. Oh, hold on. I got everything kind of squared away. Now, one of the things is, let's see, 42. Let's see the scanner landing import. It's 4014. I didn't quite finish that, but I figured that I kind of work on that logic on this episode. So 4014 and 14. So I just need 4014. So what I'm gonna do is get the housing, landing, cargo. We're gonna import it. We're gonna adjust the logic that I need, and that should square that away. But I need to make a couple minor modifications to the rocket. I did a test run to see just how bad the pressure fed engine is, and it's bad. It's seriously, seriously bad. Like, just. No, just no. I replaced it with a pressure-fed heavy engine. I did some tests on it, and it looked much better. But at the same point, it's just bad. Uh, Housing scanner landing and export it there. Okay. All right, so that should square it away, and then we'll talk about things that I've done. So what I want to do is I need to go back to it and remove the other scanner and put it with utility pipes. And I don't know that I have any more utility pipes. I hope I do. I've kind of removed most of them. Doesn't seem like I did. All right, so and while we're at it, we'll talk about the cryo cooler setup before I get this set up. I need to get a whole lot of scanning done, and that's kind of the big thing. Like, just ugh. So yeah, when I lost the outpost. Why do I have a bunch of question marks? Oh, those must be the beacons. So, yeah, I removed quite a bit of stuff, and I think, oh yeah, I can remove these. Yeah. I don't know why my computer's acting up. I guess I'm starting to get to the point. My cryo cooling setup is essentially done, but I don't think that what I have is gonna be enough fuel to get there. So I need to add these utility pipes and then try to get my rocket to go. So what I need to do is first I gotta fix a lot of stuff because I changed to a pressure fed engine. So probably some of this is not gonna work logic wise. So like, yeah, this doesn't have an engine. Pressure fed gas engine. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. I believe I already changed it on the other housing, but okay, so what I want to do is remove this completely. And just replace it with utility pipes. Crowbar. Can I get even pick out the... Okay, you know what? I probably should have gotten the head. Where is the head? I gotta go up for the head. Okay, there's the head. Now I can do crowbar. Remove this. I know I'm removing scanner 7, but that's like the big problem right now. It's that I don't have a... It's a problem I'm rectifying. So first let me add a little bit of space. Now the 3s are sadly not as space efficient compared to the 2s. So we're gonna add a 2 and a 2. Yeah, you're gonna complain. So that's a little bit more space. Actually, I need some more of you. Yeah, I just need another utility pipe. Can I get another one somewhere? Is there somewhere that I can delete some or get some out of nowhere? I need you to have that. I need you to have that. Um, Everywhere else it's necessary. I'm out of utility pipes. Okay, so I gotta print 2 more out. And then I gotta fill the rocket and then I gotta send it. Oh, dang it. I really don't have enough. I really, as of this video, the pipe thing still has not shown up yet. And I really desperately need that because I've used so many utility pipes and so many different things. And I really would love to reclaim a bunch of the materials that I've used on that. Not you. Utility. Just get another 2 out. Wow, I'm almost out of steel. And you know the thing is, I gotta still do the whatchamacallit. 1 and 2. Okay, so the reason why I swapped to the pressure-fed gas engine because the heavy is woefully inefficient. It's bad inefficient, and I I'm glad that I'm finally starting with the cryo cooling, but it's bad. It's so fuel inefficient. Like even though it got me a decent amount of thrust, it was just bad. Just ugh. Like I I can't even okay, so the problem is that I'm doing this in stationary difficulty. Stationary difficulty bumps up the distances for space travel, I believe, by a 25% or 50% margin. Essentially, what that means is that the rockets have to travel further. So now that I've added a lot of extra space, you know, I can fill this rocket back up to 59 megapascals, and then I can send it on its way. I've sacrificed 2 scanners, and quite honestly, I think that's a worthy trade to get this thing to get scanning. Because once I can get the more fuel efficient fuels and just once I can get the fuel efficient fuels going, like the liquid volatiles and the liquid oxygen, which that's my whole cryo setup right there. I'll go over that. Once I send the rocket into space, we'll go out there and go over that. But first, we got to fill this up to 59. I have plenty of oxygen. If I need to mine more oxygen, I can. And honestly, at this point, I think I just want to send this rocket out once, probably get the space nodes that I need, and then just focus heavy on this because, yeah, this is a lot of real world grid coolers, and I bet that they're probably what's going to be tanking my frame rate. But, so originally, you know, without that 25% extra travel time, it roughly equates to double the distance. Roughly equates to double the distance. So once that's a 59.5, I'm gonna turn this off. Like, I'm getting as much fuel as I can because I really, really, really want to see just how much it takes. Oh boy. Just a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Perfect. Okay. Now let's get this rocket to space. And as it is right now, I'm just trying to get the water out because I kind of need that. I hope that it's not lagging so bad. So this water is actually chilling down my system a bit. It's dumping, you know, grabbing some of the energy out, making it easier for stuff to work. But that extra 600 liters, like, I actually burned through my nitrogen, and I'll go over that in more detail. But like, I still have plenty of everything else. But I don't want to send that out again. I'll be honest, I really don't want to send that rocket out again. Like, if I want to send that out, that is just to go and scan the water or the oxygen nodes. I really hope that I can send this rocket out. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, good. That's I didn't realize I had that open. Uh, the little things. Okay, you know what? I did that. Let's save. Oh man. Getting a lot of lag. Okay, the umbilicals are retracted. I need scans as a lot of fuel now. Fuel capacity. Uh, it should go as soon as I set this. Yeah, just like the other one. See, it says 300 seconds, but it's going to take 85 seconds to get to orbit. But once it gets into orbit, it's going to take a lot less to get there. So while it's going there, let's go talk about the cryo cooling. That should shut off the engine. The, the reason I save this because if it doesn't shut off the engine, I'm reloading because I don't want to waste all that fuel. Okay, now the cooling setup is 800 watts total. That sounds surprisingly amazing. You know, that's like, as far as, you know, phase change devices go, that's technically two pairs of them, you know, in terms of power. But I have basically the hot to room temperature phase change setup right there. I have the cryopollutants that goes down to as cold as pollutants can get, and I actually even have the little tank right here. Like, I moved that to here because now this is like negative 90 Celsius, as you know, tries to get there, and I can just recharge my coolant by just same thing. I made sure that, you know, this has just enough pollutants that it's about 92, 95% full, and it's perfect. So, but that also cools down the volatiles, and plus that can act as a small buffer in case the heat load gets intense here, which I don't expect it to. You know, 8 kilojoules. So then I have my cryo volatiles, and yes, the Vulcan Sun kind of works against me a little bit, but I'll be honest, I don't think it's that much. Maybe when it's a solar storm, it's too much. I might shade it off eventually. Anyway, so we have the cryo volatiles that goes from approximately negative 80 Celsius, and right now it's getting down to negative 140. You know, that's not enough for the cryo chamber. And then we get down to the nitrogen cryo. Now, because that's already cold, this can actually work a little bit better at dumping energy. And then it gets down to, I have it set to go down to as low as negative 190 Celsius because I don't want to freeze my volatiles. And as you can tell, it's like 57. But filling up the nitrogen line is what killed my nitrogen pipeline. I had about 7 megapascals pressure in this pipe, and you see it got down to 1.3. And yeah, it's a lot of liquid nitrogen that goes in here, and it's not filled yet. I want to get this pipe filled to about 600 liters so that it can have a huge thermal buffer, but I don't have enough nitrogen. So yeah, I'm not doing anything with that. But as you can tell, I have some liquid volatile, some liquid oxygen that I can start making, but honestly, I don't want to make it just yet until I get this squared away. But you know, to just show off how the system works, you know, let's set this to 750 because that's a conservative number. And yeah, I'm filling the gas pipe, and yeah, it looks like temperatures are going crazy and bad, but this system is handling it. Like, yeah, some of it is evaporating in here, and you see that there is like a 15 kilojoule load to the liquids, and this is going to evaporate harder to kind of catch up. You see the almost 20 kilojoules of evaporation. But I'll be honest, most of that is because this is negative 140 and this is negative 164. It's a lot. I have way too much moving here. I'll be honest, I probably should have like an extra. I should be doubling the amount of counterflows for this part. But I'm out of real estate. See, this is 3. It's that. Yeah. 3 moles is technically what I should be targeting, and I am literally almost 10 times that amount. So yeah, it's a lot. And this is why I want the almost 500, 400 to 500 liters of liquid nitrogen, because that provides a huge buffer. And you see this is probably warming up slightly, and that's because the load is being shared by the oxygen, the nitrogen, and the volatiles. So, you know, here, some of the load is coming in here, and I'll be honest, this doesn't have a lot of liquids here to kind of offset the load. So there is some evaporation going on. And this is the same thing with the oxygen. Some of the heat load is going in here. Same problem. But, truthfully, I am condensing a lot of volatiles here, and this should eventually start, this latent energy should eventually be positive for condensation once the whole system has caught up. And that's the goal. Um, Man, why I feel so laggy. I might actually have to restart my game. So the main thing is I want to have this. I want to charge my nitrogen line before I start really going crazy with the liquid volatiles and liquid oxygen. But I want to fill this to 75% fill rate. 75% full liquid oxygen. I think that'll be plenty, because when I last did the math to try to get a pumped liquid engine up to the Vulcan, it was about 2,000 to 2,500 liters of volatiles. I feel like that having 4,500 liters here will be a huge amount that it can be used across all my liquid rocket engines, and I'm going to use all liquid rocket engines. And oxygen, I think I'm going to do 50% because I don't need as much liquids. But also at the same point, it's once I start getting nitrous, I'm just gonna bandit this. Probably the only other thing that will need that will be my cargo. Yeah, I think I need to save and reset my game. I'm seeing some massive lag spikes, and I don't know why. Like, my frame rate is getting choppy. So let me go make sure that the rocket has reached its destination and isn't spending fuel. Because if it is spending fuel, then yeah, it's another good reason for me to start. Because I did nothing but talk about it. But yeah, it's 4 devices, so that's 800 watts. 800 watts total when they're running full tilt, and that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. Not gonna lie, that's really really good. Did this shut off the engine? Yes, it did. Perfect. Okay. So what I am going to do is I'm gonna save the game. I'm gonna restart, and then I'm gonna come back. So see you when we come back. That's a little bit better. Okay. Let's resume where we were left off. Okay, so actually, let's get all my scanners. I got 6 of them now. That's should be enough. What? Wait, why did it stop? Oh, something's not quite right. Okay, so I got something wrong with the landing. The housing landing. What the heck? Oh, so I got something wrong with the landing, and I'm having some weird lag spikes. So, 40, 14, 14, something is telling it to stop. Is it this? Originally, the code here was to. I need a. I don't want to keep debugging that. I gotta fix something there. So. Oh, it's trying to land. So it went towards a landing sequence. Okay. So I gotta do something else. So, I really gotta relook at that. So let me go back to the engine because I'm gonna put the automatically shut off electronics, but there's something I need to do here. So I need to put initialize script right here, and we're gonna set anal fuel on to 1, set anal engine on 1, set T pump on 0, yield. So what I need to do is I need to load to R0 for anal fuel on. I need to check that load to R1 anal engine on. And R0, R01. And if it is BEQZ R0, then we go to initialize. That way I protect the engine while I try to figure out why this is going to. Oh, I forgot to turn on the thingamabob auto shut off. So I have to turn this off. Yep, it does what it's supposed to do. Okay, so I'm confident that it's going to shut that off because I do need to kind of like figure out things for that, and so it's going immediately towards the uh, SDB step. So it's immediately going towards the landing profile, which makes sense because it's like it's supposed to be here. Oh, it's probably no. Go to end, otherwise turn on sleep 4. So it goes to data gather. So it starts data gathering. Maybe I need to do current code of orbit site. If it's not orbit site, it goes to end. I I don't know, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure how I could fix that. I might need to do some thought. That's why I wanted to do that offline, but now I'm at the point where I can't do that. So let's just scan. So what I want to do is have this kind of like do some auto scanning. Like I want to tell it to go somewhere and auto scan and then shut stuff off. Oh yeah, let me shut off a battery or two for that. So what I need to do for that is for the avionics and the scanner, I need to know the chart. I need to know the mode. Uh, let's get the destination code. Let's get the progress because I'm not sure whether that's something I need. I need discover, survey, sites, and current code. I believe I need all of that. And then let's just get side searches and destiny. So yeah, let's just do that. No further nav points to chart. So now we're going to sticks. I forgot to shut that off. Oh, I think I know what I can do. If it's not equal to that, and maybe if I just b not equal d decode to landing site, go to end as well. It might get stuck right here though. This is gonna do the. It might get stuck right there though. Ah, I gotta keep workshopping that one. So scanner landing, export that. Let's just keep that there. Where am I at on this thing? So I want to be able to scan. I have 830 seconds of fuel. I think that'll be enough to get up to here, scan it out, figure out where I need to send the thing next, and then I gotta probably bring it back home. I believe. I believe that's the meal ticket. Uh, it takes so long. It's a lot of travel. But yeah, see, I've wasted so much fuel doing this. It's really annoying. So let's get all of this charting. I think what I'm gonna, yeah, I think I'm gonna go back out there and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can start making the liquid oxygen and liquid volatiles. I was thinking about it and I wanted to wait until I had more nitrogen, but honestly, if I wait, if I wait any longer, I'm gonna keep using the pressure fed engine, and I don't want to keep using that. I don't want to keep using that thing. It's terrible. It's horrible. It's so fuel waste. Such a fuel waste. So let's see. As far as pressures go here, you know, this is still cooling down after the whole. Wait, did I leave this on? I left this on. So maybe I want to set this to 550. Where are you at right here? And maybe I'll set this to, yeah, 1050 will work. Yeah, because this is still evaporating. This has lost the effectiveness. Okay, so you know what? It's actually kind of working kind of well, like I expected it to. So let's get the analyzer for the volatiles. L anal vol, L anal O2, P reg vol, P reg O2. Like I said, I like to use pins when it's not going to be used a lot. So, all right. So first things first, I gotta. The logic is going to be about the same for all of them. So alias anal vol d2, alias preg vol d3, alias anal o d4, alias preg v d5, and just alias pv on r14, alias po on r13. Now, what I am going to do is load to R0, and I'm just going to call this alias permissive. So we're going to load to R0 from anal, and we're going to load the temperature. And we're going to SLT permissive from R0, and I got to use my calculator for this. And I'm trying not to move my mouse because it does the whole boot up. But from 270, I want to do 273.15 minus 150. Negative 150 is when I want to stop it. So 123.15. So this permissive is going to force this stuff to never turn on or off if it is above 150 Celsius. So we're going to do SLT PN on, and then we're going to end PN on, and permissive. So that's what it's going to do. So we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to copy and paste this. Yeah, I did want to do like a iterative stack thing, but ugh. And all I got to do is change this to anal V, PV on, PV on, PV on, and just basically get this, uh, except for you, I want you to be 75 and I want you to be 50. So anal O, anal O, O on, PO on, PO on. Set preg v vol Yeah, Preg V. Oh, capital R. Preg V on PV on. Set Preg O O on now. Is it O or O2? Oh, I never set that. Preg O. There we go. Preg O. Okay, perfect. Now I should just basically be making some liquid volatiles and liquid oxygen up until the limit. So once this hits what 4,500, that's gonna stop, and once this hits 3,000, this is gonna stop too. Well, you know what? Let's time that out to 950. That should basically keep it going in a constant stream. So now this is 13 kilojoules of energy. That's a lot of energy. And this is very little energy. So the O2 is going to make be very, very, very slowly, because right now this is kind of, it's kind of preventing this from overmaking. And so I'm just going to leave that running, because I really do need more nitrogen here. Look, there's only 30 liters of it. That's the problem right there. That's why I want at least 400 liters, because as it is right now, the thermal buffer is gone. So yeah, that thermal buffer gone is no bueno. Not good. Okay. Anyway, so I can confidently leave that system going, and that should be making some volatiles and oxygen, so that way I can probably bring the scanner rocket back and eventually just outfit it with a pumped liquid engine or a pressure-fed liquid engine and just get that working. I might actually just do a pump liquid engine. Like, I think I have a lot of space in that I could just probably just do a pump liquid engine and just call it good. And, you know, once it's good, I could probably go farther, because I could, well, I don't know. I really don't know. Alright, that should be way past done now. Okay. This is so far away. I have 795 seconds of fuel. It's gonna take 120 seconds. Oh boy, so 790 minus 120, that's 670. Another 120 is 550, and I think it took about 300. Puts me at 250. I think that's just barely enough fuel to get back. So basically this is again, a one-way trip. Well, I don't want it to be a one-way trip, but it should scan this, but it just highlights just how much I need. Now, I really, 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 really hope that I don't need to go. Wait a second. This isn't right. Vulcan is supposed to be right over here. It's supposed to be scanned from this one, I thought. Did it get changed? I hope it didn't get changed. That's unusual. Okay, now I really need the scans to happen, because Vulcan was supposed to be that last one. Well, maybe it did get changed, because last time I did the test run, it was like 5,000. Or is this like a bug where whatchamacallit? Or is this a bug related to potentially that this is Vulcan 2, and maybe in the beta I was mapping out Vulcan 1 instead of Vulcan 2, and so therefore Vulcan 1 had the Vulcan space map, but Vulcan 2 does not? Not gonna look into that, because I was not expecting that. Start charting. I'm gonna watch this one. 6 charts. That's 180. So basically, yeah, it doesn't take long to get that. One of these is gonna have the ISIS, and the other is not. So this one. Oh man, no, Leith. Shoot. Leith goes out 2 more. What about you? This is probably the one that has Vulcan. Oh, oh no, Erebus. Oh no, that's even further. No, 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 no. Ugh. Am I seriously unable to go further because of this? Ugh. Ugh. Okay, fine. Fine, fine, fine. Let's get housing landing back on. I gotta bring my rocket back. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, it'll cut my fuel in half to 347. I need more fuel. Dang. Dang it. I can't believe how much fuel I need. I gotta... Is this the black hole and this is ores? Or is... So... Or is this... Is this the ice... One of these is... It's either Erebus is the ones with ices and Leith is the one with ores, or the other way around. That's what I don't know. Dang it. This is... Ugh, I gotta completely rework my rocket. Again. I need cooling. I need the cryo cooler. Ugh. I need the cryo cooler to make the nitrogen faster. So basically I need to keep messing with my greenhouse to keep making nitrogen so that I can get a stronger buffer. How much? 91? Ugh, it's still got plenty. But, you know, I gotta like keep picking that. This is annoying. Ugh. I didn't really want to cut this video short. I wanted to hopefully have some progress. But okay, so this is basically the difficulty for Stationeer difficulty. The fact that these distances are like 25% longer means that I am spending so much more fuel, which is what's throwing all of these numbers off extremely badly. So my rocket's right there.
Hunger caution.
Let's eat and drink while I'm waiting for the rocket to come back. Got my burger again. So the pressure-fed gas engine being like 92% fuel efficient is really what's cutting all of that. The pressure-fed liquid engine is much more fuel efficient. It's like 160%. The heavy one is 140%. I might just do a normal pressure-fed liquid engine for this one. I have a script that'll work for it. I should be able to fit that and still keep maybe 6 scanners. This is just a pain. But I need liquids. I need liquids is the problem. So I had roughly, what, 40,000 volatiles, 20,000 oxygen, and I still couldn't make it. That's insane. So what, 40,000, so about 40,000 volatiles in liquid form divided by 25. That's a big number. Four liters is 100. 40 liters is 1,000. 400 liters is 10,000. Multiply that by 4. I need almost 2,000 liters. So you see, liquids wise, I won't use as much space to fit the 2,000 liters of volatiles to have the fuel necessary for that. Yeah, 2,000 liters, and then it's about divide that by three, like about another what 750 maybe 1,000 liters of oxygen. So if I plan my rocket to use 3,000 liters of liquid volatiles, dang, that's already like half of it. So 2,500 liters of liquid volatiles and probably like another 1,000 liters for liquid oxygen. That should do it. This off. Actually, just keep it on. Ugh, this is a catastrophe. Like I didn't it's so wasteful. And the thing is, because I'm basically traveling roughly double the distance, I can guarantee you that on an easier difficulty, I would have made it. So I need 30 seconds of fuel to land. Wonder if I could have made it. 30 would have been like 300. Maybe I could have made it. I saved the game when I reset. I think what I want to do is maybe reload and rescan all of that and see if it would make it as an experiment. No, no. At this point, I think I should just, yeah, I might as well just cut my losses. I filled out more of the map. I now know that probably Vulcan is right. Yeah, that's Vulcan right there. So they changed it. Originally, I believe it was this node that scanned to Vulcan and it went from, here straight out that way. But now it's this node. Okay, so I think I need to remap my rocket to be a pressure-fed liquid engine. Come over here. I need to have enough fuel to scan these three nodes, find the one that has nitrous, scan a nitrous node, and then prepare. Yeah, and then prepare the ice mining rocket to go get the nitrous. That way I can remove all of that again and change my scanner rocket over to a pumped liquid nitrous rocket, and probably just keep the oxygen fuel for the cargo miner, because then that's plenty of oxygen. It shouldn't burn through that at all. And then I'll have to change that over to, yeah, basically practically revamp that. That's so much fuel. That is a lot of fuel that I'm burning through just to get the rocket there. That's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating with that. It's like, oh, this is hard mode. This is why my win why I changed my win condition to be the getting some space gas. And that's why it's so tough. It's just I spent a lot of fuel just getting this rocket up there. And it's still not enough. That's the sad part. That's still not enough. It wasn't enough for me to fully scan everything. And then the bad part is that's the lightest rocket that I can build for this. Like like maybe I could send a pumped gas engine like that up there, but it's gonna need a lot of fuel. Okay, so I need to extend the umbilical so that way that rocket can recharge its batteries, and I just need to pump the fuel out. Just that was an experiment. I wanted to see if it could make it, and clearly it can't. And as I'm looking at that, I had like 3,000 liters worth of space of utility pipes. So, this is 320 right here. So, 3,000 liters, that's like four utility pipes is 1,000. So, 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4 is another 1,000, 2,000, then that. And, you know, I'm starting to think that it could be possible to send a pumped. Maybe I could send a pumped liquid engine, not a pressure fed. This is. Uh, I think this is definitely going to be a good time to call it, and I'm just going to. I'm just going to empty the pressure fed engine out. I I was hoping for the best, but clearly it's just. I'm just gonna leave that running. It's not gonna overpressurize. I got a lot of fuel now that I'm not gonna use. So where am I at here? 515 liters of fuel. Not even 40 liters of fuel. I'm actually losing liquid oxygen. Yeah, because this is just not keeping up. I need more liquid nitrogen in here because this buffer is gone. Yeah, it's just shaking my head right now. This is a lot to focus on. And you know, the thing is, I could probably just keep making money and buy my liquid stuff, but that's I feel like that's kind of like taking a cop out for that. Like I really wanted to do this no trader. Ugh, this is almost a catastrophe. Although, thinking about it, that is the lightest rocket I can build, right? If I can get some liquids, I could go for a pumped liquid engine, just normal fuel, and see if I can make the trip that way. If I can make the trip that way, I can just fit like a scanner or two and do that instead. But I still need a ridiculous amount of. I still need to generate a decent amount of thrust. So that means I will need to cut down to be a cut down to 2 fuselage, maybe maybe 3 batteries. No, I don't think it'll make it either. Ugh. Ugh. This is just ugh. Alright, so I got a lot of fuel now. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. This fuel is hot. What if I cool this fuel down? If I cool this fuel down, I should theoretically be able to fit more fuel. It should generate more thrust. Let's do that instead. Now I kind of wish that I didn't remove this right here. But if I cool this down to 77 Celsius, cool this down to 77 negative, like negative 50 Celsius. Cool the fuel down to negative 50 Celsius. What that does then is that it allows me to it will allow me to fit more of it into the rockets. And when there's more of it in the rockets, then yeah, that could actually work. Okay, so try number 2 is cool this fuel down to negative 50 Celsius. I brought practically all of it back. So let's turn this back on to go backwards. It's gonna take quite some time because it's a lot of fuel that needs to cool. I did the wrong thing. Okay. So what if I reattach this? Reattach all of the fixings here, just liquid, liquid, liquid right there. Yeah, and then just get some utility pipes, run a pipe from here to there, and and just pump some fuel in, and just cool just that down. You know, don't cool all of this down, because this is a lot of gas that needs to cool down. Just yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that instead. So that's gonna take quite a long time, and yeah, I think this is a good calling point. I mean, I know I restarted at 15, so I'm gonna once again reconnect this and run a pipe out to cool my fuel down, and see if I can get this to make it to those specific spots and back. Now, that means I'm gonna have more fuel in the rocket. I'm gonna have a slightly bigger thrust, so it should function. Oh wow, this is actually cooling down. This definitely needs more. This needs so much more liquids. It's so much better. I think I want to say like at least 1% or 2% is the magic number for it to do good, but then the rest is just buffer. Okay, so I'm gonna build once again more utility pipe kits, get this squared away, build more gas pipes, pipe it up to here, and change this to be 20 Celsius. No, negative 50 Celsius. So let's see. Pollutants. Negative. Let's do negative 60. 2350. So 2350. 2350. And then. Oh, that scared me. Alright, that's going to an outpost to get some materials. Well, the good news is I do need to make some steel. Let's 3 of you, then 3, 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I need 3 more iron. This is actually a very weird setup. Like I've never thought that I would actually reconnect that so that I can cool the fuel down. And I gotta turn off the engine pipe and then pull out all the gas from the engine. Let's see, 2, 2, and 2. I need 4 utility pipe kits, so let's just do that. No, actually I need 6. This does not have enough steel. I burned through like I think I burned almost through 1,000 grams of steel just getting all of this. It's frankly very annoying. And yeah, it's so scanner engine. We're gonna do mode 101. That's gonna. Okay, that empties out the engine. So 0, mode 0, 0. Okay. So now that that's happened, I don't have near enough gas pipes again, but I also don't have enough steel for the thing. Oh. Oh no. My chickens are gonna are going hungry. 36 wheat, and you know what? Let's give them this emergency corn. I have emergency corn and emergency wheat and emergency soy. Ah. Oh, good. They're not hungry yet. I got so much junk. Okay, so I am a little. I am definitely disappointed at the heavy pressure engines, especially the heavy pressure fed engine. That's it just does not feel viable at all on stationary difficulty. You just burn through so much fuel. It honestly just it's so feels so bad. And yes, this is a box of nuclear batteries because I bought it from the rare items trader and I realized, oh wait, that's kind of something I don't want to buy. So now I have like a box of nuclear batteries and I don't even know what to do with them. So you're not hot enough yet, so that's easy. Just bump fuel in and that should be hot enough now. I'm just gonna feed the 500-gram block to the pipe bender. I need more pipes anyways. Need you say you need 4. See, I have 165 grams of silicon. I had like 1,200 grams of silicon, and it really did not go at all. It's it's honestly extremely impressive that it just does not use that much silicon for these utility pipe kits. But yet I've used a ridiculous number of pipes and utility pipes for this. So let's do 50 of them. Get it going. That way I can. I don't think I have utility liquid pipe kits, and I needed one. And maybe I can borrow it from something. Oh right, shut you off. I want to say there was some right here. Yeah, look at that. There's some right here. 3 of them. That's more than enough. It's really funny that to me at least, that I basically removed this system right here because I wasn't gonna need it anymore. So 2, 2, and 2. And yet, here I am reconnecting it because I'm trying to make a gas pressure engine work. And I'm struggling. Like, struggling. Okay. It should be landing over there. Oh no, it's taking off. I love that rocket. Okay, so turn this back on. Turn this back on. Why is that turning on? I was trying to fix this ratio, I guess. Alright, so now this is going to be dumping energy, and this is going to be cooling down to -70. That's fine. It's 20 liters, and I can get more. I still have that I can pump more in. So now I need the pipes to go from here to there. I need to shut this off so that it stops burning through power. Okay, that's effectively empty. Now I need the pipes. So that way I can cool the fuel down. Oh, I cannot believe that what I am doing. I really cannot believe that I am essentially trying to cool down gas to make a pressure-fed engine work better so that I could potentially send my scanner rocket out to do the scanning. all because I need to get nitrous so that I can make nitrous engines so that I can finish my goal of harvesting Vulcan volatiles or Vulcan something and having it. And you know, the thing is, if I'm gonna get salty if if well, I'm gonna get a little bit more salty when the devs release the orbit, because the orbit is going to be a big. Oh, I need a 5 and a 3, I believe. Yeah, that works perfect. Because the orbit is honestly, I would need to build like an orbit staging platform. That would be like the absolute best thing, because the biggest problem with Vulcan. Oh wow, I only needed not very many kits. So the biggest problem with Vulcan is the fact that uh it's heavy gravity. And that heavy gravity is what's going to honestly, that heavy gravity is it's why I need so much fuel to get there. But if I have my if I have like my if I have like a if I really go crazy and process my gases in space, like basically do this whole gas processing thing in space, or I can still process my gases here and rocket them off into space and dump them into tanks. Honestly, that might be the better thing to go for. Then, what I could end up doing is that when my rocket gets filled in space, or I could prep my gas collection stuff, fill it with enough fuel to land on the space mount, and then fill it with the fuel needed to finish the trip from space. Because, I mean, the biggest thing is that I'm spending a lot of fuel getting the rocket to space, and then I have to have enough fuel to get it back. But if I fuel the rocket heavy in space, then, there's not a lot of gravity that the rocket has to overcome. So it can get to the black hole faster. And because of that, I won't need as much fuel. And then it can land in orbit, and then I can basically have my win condition of, yay, I processed that. Or I could land it in orbit, refuel it, so that it can land at Vulcan, and I can be like, yay, I'm processing Janus black holes on Vulcan with Vulcan volatiles. Aren't I a genius? Alright, so, yeah, there's like no liquids there. All right, so I gotta add some liquids, and I expect that to happen. Use the shorter pipes, Shadow Drake. Okay. Now the whole reason I'm surprised how much of this stuff is actually being kind of like future-proof for myself, considering that. Ugh. Okay, I don't need 50 liters to go in here. I just need enough for this to kind of start working. So let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Now this will start working again. This should start fixing itself. I don't need it to be too full because I lost some of it in the pressurization of the liquid pipes here that I originally removed. So I just need this to be kind of working. You know, I needed the liter. And it should catch up and basically start, you know, cooling this down. Ew. It's a big pain. Okay, you know what? Another 2. 1, 2. There. That's enough. So that's 13.4. It's gonna be heavy. I'm gonna leave this alone to kind of cool all of this down to maybe -20, and then I'm gonna move it. Then I'm gonna move more, and I'm just gonna keep incrementing. You know, just slowly increment more and more in here. Because yeah, I just need that to happen. Okay, good. That's 1.94. That's good. Two, three, 4. That extra little bit helps. Yeah, that extra little bit is gonna help. 600. Oh wow, that's 10% of the way there, and this is still like nowhere near. So it's looking like I'm gonna make the volatiles first, anyways, and then I'm gonna make the oxygen. That's fine, because I mean this is just not getting there fast enough. Yeah, this is working as hard as it can. Then this is working as hard. Oh, I need more here. That's like -88, so this is still doing pretty good, admittedly. Where am I at here? 30 Celsius? You know, 40 Celsius is the cap. This is actually doing pretty good, keeping it down. Yep. And then, of course, this is stable at 106. I want it to get lower. That's fine. I think part of the reason it's not as hot is because I am making both. I am making volatiles and nitrogen from the composter, and that's, you know, that's like a mole of volatiles, like a second at best, 2 seconds. Then of course the winter spawn is removing some thermal energy. I think overall this base is kind of set up. I'm surprised a little bit at how all of this has turned out. Not gonna lie. Just the heat load is so high. Once this cools down or hits the capacity, then that'll be great. Then this can start catching up. Okay, this is a good wrapping point. Okay, so this is Shadow Drake. So basically, it's gonna be like another wait session as I wait for this to cool down. Yeah, it's gonna take quite some time to cool down because this is the really, really bad one. And honestly, I probably only want to run that pressure fed engine one time, maybe one more time. And moving energy is slow because I am moving a lot of energy from all of these volatiles that are in the rocket and all that stuff. And okay, So thank you for your time, guys. I hope to see you then next time. Hopefully, we will try again to scan down a nitrous node. I wonder if I could have made it. I probably, unless I was, unless I was willing to sacrifice a rocket on a one-way trip. I don't know. I really don't know. All right. So I'm gonna basically keep playing Farming Simulator as I just watch my outposts. Maybe I might make some like hydrocarbon solid fuel ingots and go to my outposts and get them done. I'll probably automate more stuff. So hope to see you when we return. Hopefully I'll have a better rocketry available. And thank you and have a good day. Bye bye.